everyone, welcome back to the 90th minute. We are your hosts. We got Lucas, Waz, myself, Liam, co-host Greg. Yet again, not here. Somewhere magical. I don't know. If you are new to the 90th minute, make sure you are subscribed on YouTube. Hit that like button and comment down below any and all of your thoughts. We want you to get involved in today's conversations. Shout out to our TikTok followers, Instagram, Spotify, Facebook. What else? What else are we on, Lucas?
We're on.
You are our social media mogul.
Because you guys don't want to do anything.
I do Instagram.
Do we have an OnlyFans yet?
What is that?
No.
Okay,
No, don't touch that one, Lucas. You're too pure for that conversation.
This is true. I will send my OnlyFans if anyone wants to.
Shut up.
Okay, but yeah.
If you are new to the podcast, yes, Lucas, hit us with your intro.
Yeah, so thank you. We hit 400 subscribers just recently on YouTube, so thank you very much. Plays on the podcast apps have been going up and up, so thank you for that.
We're at 7,000 on TikTok.
Yeah, that as well. So
around 7,500.
We've even got TikTok removed because the Rangers fans were pissed off.
Yeah, we had a TikTok get removed because of Liam. He said some unlawful words.
No, I just said Alfredo Morelos is not good.
Yes, but you said there were words that were said in there that people got offended by. So we apologize if you got offended by.
The Rangers fans, they're just raging. The Rangers are raging. It's a common theme in Scotland. Anyways, let's kick it off this week. We got a lot to talk about and not that much time. We're a bit rushed tonight, but
I mean we're fine.
Lucas, you're going under intense dental surgery in a matter of 12 hours.
Kind of.
Yes,
he's
14 hours.
He's getting his wisdom teeth pulled out. Anyways, it is time. We're starting with the Premier League. Arsenal versus City, the biggest match of the weekend. We're starting up. Mesut, give us your thoughts.
I love that.
What?
There are quite a few comments calling you Ozil. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
The people on TikTok have considered
Mesut Ozil. He's been a very controversial figure.
Are you in relation
week.
to Mesut Ozil?
No.
Okay.
My sister had a 23andMe thing recently.
You're not Turkish?
No, I'm not Turkish.
Okay.
I'm mostly Eastern European. 92%.
Okay. Anyways, what did you think of the match, Mesut?
Yes. Let's talk about.
Okay, one thing. I don't think I look like Mesut Ozil.
What a start to this podcast.
Look, comment down below if you think I look like Mesut Ozil.
Put a poll.
Once again, Mesut, I'm asking you, what did you think of the match?
I'll give you a very quick rundown.
Okay.
Arsenal are bad.
They're not
Kevin
good.
De Bruyne is good. That was the game.
Can
you argue with that statement I just made?
Kevin De Bruyne is without a doubt the best midfielder in the world right now. Come on, let's be honest here. He has all the tools in his shit. Like,
I mean, yes, he's definitely a player that.
What about Fabinho? He's been decent. Doesn't score the goals though.
We're not talking about Fabinho. He's injured.
I thought you said the best midfielder in the world. You have to talk about Fabinho in that conversation.
Yes, but we're
just never mind.
We're talking about Arsenal, Manchester City, Liam. If we want to get into best midfielder in the world debate, we'll get into it later.
He brought it up.
Well,
I said
don't
is.
listen to him.
I didn't say is it a question. Anyways, Jesus, this man is.
Okay.
I'm trying to respond to the question.
Probably the worst possible start Arsenal could have had within conceding in the first minute.
Yeah, honestly, it was a
what
brilliant
a goal it was.
It
was a banger.
It was a brilliant strike, but what was the Arsenal defense doing?
Yeah, like they said in the pregame, the post-game show, did Arsenal hear the whistle blow? Did they know the game started, or were they just kind of still asleep?
Yeah, and you can't blame David Luiz this time.
Or Unai Emery.
Not really.
I mean, to be fair, apparently it's the coaching training sessions for Arsenal right now is just Freddie Ljungberg and Pert Mertesacker.
Those are two players who had decent careers.
Those are two people to run training sessions? There's Premier League clubs with 3, 4, 5 coaches.
Oh, 100%. But what I'm saying is, those are two players who have been there for a long time. They should know what they had great careers.
But they're very inexperienced
100%,
at their roles.
100%. I'm not saying they're good coaches. They're never going to be in the running for the Arsenal full-time position. But I think the blame now has to be put on the Arsenal players. They gave up on Arsene Wenger. They gave up on Unai Emery. They've already given up on Lundberg.
Well,
He's been there for a couple of weeks.
I don't know if they've given up.
This is a spineless, gutless Arsenal
I don't even
team.
think it's even like they've given up. I just don't think these players are good.
You have Aubameyang, you have Lacazette, you have Pepe, who costs
is
the same price as a small country.
And clearly they're not working well together. The chemistry isn't there.
Lacazette's going to be sold because
nothing is going well in Arsenal.
Oh, they have the young kid who started today.
Martinelli.
They're
He's
saying
been playing
Lacazette
really well.
could be ditched this summer.
I mean, I don't know. It's risky because Aubameyang's contract is getting smaller and smaller.
And if you're Aubameyang, do you stay in that shithole.
Okay, calm down there.
Sorry, Arsenal fans.
North London's very nice. I don't know. Actually, I've never been there, but it is an interesting thing to consider. I think you have to look at the board as well. Like,
100%.
once they won a game, which was against West Ham, they released this video of releasing this old style merch for Arsenal, and then just convenient time to post it when you guys actually win, when all your other matches have been draws or losses, and then boom, you lose again to Manchester City, a disgraceful performance where you guys pretty much lost the match in the first 20 minutes.
It was a disgraceful performance. I think that's 100% right in saying, I said today even, Arsenal to me are spineless and gutless. There's no fight. They've given up on the game after 20 minutes. They have no one in that team to lead, be a captain, to
Doesn't look like it.
to take the game and go win it.
You think you'd have that with Ozil, but even their defense.
I think he's the last person to have it.
Well, in a sense, yeah, he's not a type of player to lead. He's the type of player to be part of the solution.
As every manager he says, he's a luxury player. He's great to have in your team. He's great to have on your squad, but he's not the guy to put on or to have out there when you need a crucial result. He's a great player. No one's going to ever debate Ozil's talent. I just don't think he has the fight in him.
In a sense, well, it's easy to have no fight when players around you are not showing the fight as well.
Yeah, I'm not going to put all the blame on Ozil, not at all. But you look at this 11, Kolasinac, Papadopoulos.
You can say his name properly.
Socrates.
Yes.
Chambers and Maitland-Niles.
I mean, Chambers had a mistake in the second half where he legit just dribbled the ball forward and just ended up getting it taken from
It's
him.
as if these players forgot how to play football.
Is that an Arsenal back four to you?
No, it's not.
Callum
Chambers played for Fulham, who got relegated last season.
That back four is shocking.
Maitland-Niles is young and probably, I don't know if right back is his best position.
Even Kolasinac, I don't think left back is his best position.
I mean, that's where he plays normally.
I still don't think that's his best
I
position.
don't really see much defensive work from Guendouzi.
I mean, Guendouzi is probably...
Guendouzi's 20.
I know.
The thing is, players like Guendouzi, Maitland-Niles, these are players, and Martinelli, these are players that, should be coming off the bench. Hey, it's great to have these players.
These are players that probably should still be playing in the reserves.
No, give him 20 minutes, give him some game time.
I wouldn't say the reserves.
Give him some, experience, not... Hey, let's rely on you to save our season.
Now,
Guendouzi's good.
I say that's fair for Guendouzi if this was last season because he was definitely tossed in there when Arsenal didn't have many options.
Mm-hmm.
But this season, I think he's played all right. He's obviously not fully ready, but he has shown signs of being a great player. But obviously, there's still a long way to go for him to reach that stage of his career. But yeah, there's a lot of young players that touched the field this match.
I look at this.
Saka, Rowe, Willock, all
Maitland-Niles, Chamberlain, Guendouzi, Torreira, Martinelli, and Pepe are all under the age of 25.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that's a very inexperienced team, especially at top Premier League level.
And especially when you don't really have a leader in that team or players that are good examples. Like if you look at Liverpool, obviously you have guys.
Yeah.
You can argue how good they are as players technically and talent wise, like Milner and Henderson, but they're great guys you have around the club and on the pitch as well because they're just great characters and are able to, what's the word I'm looking for?
To lead, to just take the game by the scruff of the neck and drag the rest of the team with you, kind of thing.
And like
a Roy Keane. You need Roy Keane.
No, not like that.
I think we should just move away from the Roy Keane days. That's like 2004. This is 2019.
But so you look at the three substitutes Arsenal made. Saka, Smith Rowe, and Willock, 18, 19, 20 years old. Yep. Lacazette stays on the bench. Shocking.
I don't know what to say really. I know Arsenal fans are not very happy after this.
Lacazette 5 goals this season in the Premier League, 10 games.
My wondering is now where do you think Arsenal's gonna finish in the Premier League this season?
Well, they're currently 9th.
Oh, for some reason that sounds a lot better.
That's not good. It's Arsenal.
I expected worse. I'll be honest with you.
This is 4th place Arsenal right here. We're talking about.
Yeah, I mean,
if Arsenal make Europa League, they'll be very happy. Do you agree with that?
I think you're not wrong with that.
If they get that 5th spot, they will be ecstatic.
I mean, right now they're 4 points off 16th. Everton, which isn't ideal.
No.
Like 1 win in their
I mean,
last
they're also
5.
4 points off of 5th.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're in a very... The Premier League table is super tight this year. Like you said last episode, or 2 episodes ago, I think it was. The Premier League is very tight right now in the middle. That 7th to 14th.
No, now you could say 4th to the bottom.
Yeah,
Well, even against West Ham on Monday, they weren't playing well. They conceded early, and like I was pretty. It was different to see them actually come back and win a game.
Okay, we also can't gloss over the fact West Ham and Man City are 2 very different teams. Man City were
but were
fully
you even
deserving.
surprised to see Arsenal down 1-0 to West Ham?
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all. West Ham have players that are underperforming this season and are not doing what they should be.
For Arsenal, just no one's performing.
No, not at all. But
It's such a weird dynamic there.
Let's not gloss over Manchester City's performance because they were very, very good this match.
Yeah, just one thing about Arsenal, we can't ignore the board though. Like
No.
they're the ones that
board
bring
needs
the
to do
players
more.
into the club.
They bring the players, they bring the managers.
Like they're the type of players that bring these transfers in season by season and let certain players leave the club. And in recent seasons, the players they have been bringing in, either maybe they're good enough, but they don't fit the way Arsenal should be
It seems
playing.
like they've totally ignored trying to strengthen the defense.
I mean, yeah.
Well, they have been trying, but they can't.
But they're not going after any big players. David Luiz isn't a big player anymore.
no big player is going to go to Arsenal.
Aubameyang did a couple years ago, and they were able to sign him. Lacazette went, Ozil went.
Aubameyang's a weird transfer. I gotta be honest. There was teams, in my mind at least, better than Arsenal who were willing to sign him.
Well, at the time, they weren't bad. They were still in the title race.
They were.
At least in the Champions
They
League.
were in a
Yeah.
Champions League spot. They were a solid, consistent Champions League team. But Arsenal have fallen very, very quickly.
And now it's starting to be the question: when are we going to see Arsenal back in the Champions League?
The Premier League,
The Premier League's kind of shifting now.
Teams like Leicester, you have to say that they're going to get a Champions League spot this year.
Yeah.
Chelsea are going to fight for it. Spurs are going to fight for it. Wolves are even going to fight for it.
Manchester United.
United.
Show us the respect.
You're a Champions League team.
I'm just saying. I was waiting.
That's pushing it. Lee.
You can shut the fuck up.
But even teams like fucking Sheffield this season.
Yes, Sheffield.
They're still up there. Yes, I don't think they're going to make a Champions League spot, but hell, if they can upset a couple of these top teams.
So, yeah,
you know.
I mean, what do you guys think? Where do you think Arsenal will finish, and what do they need to do?
I think the biggest question is, like you said, where does Arsenal finish, and what will it take to save Arsenal? You know, who do they need to sign? What do they need to do? What managers has to come in? Because, I mean, we look at managers available right now. Ancelotti, Niko Kovac. Are those guys coming to Arsenal?
Apparently, they're interviewing 14 people or something.
Oh my god!
But like,
Okay,
why
so
would you have that much of a list? Shouldn't you know what type of managers you want?
So the guy that runs the pub, the local waitress,
Eddie Howe,
maybe the bin man, the kit guy can probably run this team better than Unai Emery at this point.
Waz, are you on the candidate list?
You could be.
I don't know. I'm not.
It's like when my dad's friend applied for the national Scotland team job.
Oh wow!
He was working at like a Home Depot. He said, "I can't do any worse than what they got right now. Give me this team." But yeah, he applied.
Did he get a response?
No. You could run Arsenal.
Okay. I think I could.
On FIFA.
Don't really have my certificates or badges, but whatever.
That's okay.
But let's move on to something else.
Oh, Manchester City.
Quick,
Yes,
it ends 3-0 for City.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give me this death look.
Okay.
I'm just trying to give some context here, man. It ends 3-0 for City. Like we said, Kevin De Bruyne with brilliant outing.
He played well all game. He set up Sterling for the goal. I'm pretty sure.
One thing you want to notice. So there was at one point in the match in the first half where the fouls were 10-1 for Manchester City. That ended 24-9.
Yeah, there was a lot of fouls here, but I think City did not get out of second gear.
Yeah, a lot of their fouls were like just tactical fouls.
Yeah.
Or when Arsenal win the ball back, they just foul them high up the pitch.
Like City just
Bullied them.
They were content with just strolling through this game. They didn't need to.
It's like a bunch of schoolyard boys being bullied.
Yeah,
by
it was men versus boys.
Just, yeah,
it was, and I mean, when half your team's under the age of 25, it quite literally is men versus boys.
And I don't know. It's hard to say. You can't really say too much bad about City in this match because they created good chances. They probably should have scored more goals.
Could have been worse. Give him
It
a
could be
spot.
way worse. 100%.
I mean, positive is they played Phil Foden, which is nice to see.
Yeah,
Phil
he
Foden
seemed
got
like
the
he
nod,
was
yeah.
playing pretty good, and he was
I mean-
exciting to watch.
But is he only playing because...
It's Arsenal, yes.
Yeah.
No, because they're so far behind the title race.
Maybe.
I think Pep's going to use this season as a... I mean, they know David Silva's already leaving. You know, he's going to leave the club at the end of the season.
Yes.
He's going to try to fix his defense. I mean, Otamendi's, I think, gone from Man City. He hasn't had the best of seasons. Mendy's injured the entire time.
Oh, he played today.
He gets, you cough on him and he breaks his leg, kind of thing. Like,
Okay, come on. I'm not...
the man's a tissue. Like, he's...
You can't blame him fully.
Well, I mean, he's not wrong.
I'm not wrong. John Stones is a liability at the back. The man's a bomb scare. He is.
To be fair, they're kind of shaky. They need
Is anything I'm saying wrong?
They really
Lucas?
need Aymeric Laporte back.
I mean, it's not going to be back for a while.
I know.
But I think if you ask Pep, this season's a wash. Get over this season and start fresh next year.
Now,
I mean, I
go
think
on,
it's,
go,
I think
if anything, go for the Champions League this year.
But we
I think it's a bit
mentioned this in
early
a
to say
previous
that.
podcast that you can't just focus on the Champions League.
Well, you can't focus on the Premier League.
Well, okay, what about this? There's been a lot of talk around this, people having opinions about it, and I know Pep was questioned about it in the media and he's denied it, but like what if Pep do you think Pep would leave and
Supposedly
Yes.
Pep has not a release
a
clause.
break clause?
Yeah, a break clause that he can just leave when he wishes, basically. And
Well-
not Valverde, the president of Barcelona, Bartomeu,
Bartomeu.
he said the door is always open for Pep.
I think this would be perfect for Pep to go back to Barcelona and
completely
save
agree.
a potential sinking ship.
I completely agree.
Barcelona are in first place in La Liga.
I understand their first place in La Liga, but there are signs that things may not go well for them.
There's also a big star saying, "Hey, Messi is 33. He could be retiring this season, next season."
He's not going to retire within the next 2 years. Are you kidding me? He's probably got another 6 years in him.
And Messi
Are you nuts?
Messi?
6 years?
Yes!
39-year-old Messi.
5 years, yeah, why not?
Messi's 32.
32.
He's 32.
Apologies for getting Messi's age wrong. Sorry.
So,
Don't call me clueless, TikTok.
I don't think with Bartomeu at the club, I don't think Pep would ever go to Barcelona. But do you think Pep would leave Manchester City at the end of the season? Do you think there's certain circumstances where he does leave?
The thing with Pep, there's not a million teams for him to go coach. He has to be at the biggest team.
can't
in the
really go
country.
back to Bayern.
I don't see
I
him
mean,
going back
Bayern
to
would love him back.
Well, Bayern would. I don't see him going back to Bayern. If he goes anywhere, it's going to Barca.
What about Juventus?
To get rid of Sarri after, what, 2 seasons?
Hey,
I don't.
I
know.
mean, but I
Does
would,
he seem like a a Juventus manager to you?
was Bayern Munich a Pep Guardiola team before
yes,
he came?
yes.
Technically, no.
Bayern
They
Munich
changed
had-
the
but
law when he
The
came.
name was big. The club was big enough for Pep Guardiola.
Of course, Juventus is a big enough club.
But Bayern had. Okay, I was gonna say Bayern had that all-out winning mentality. So does Juventus, 100%. I'm not gonna say that, but Bayern has that ruthless. We win trophies.
Before that season, Bayern didn't win the title for a few years.
Yes, but what I'm
2
saying is-
years.
Yes.
Wasn't it? That's not.
And they lost DFB Pokal final 5-2.
and they said, "Okay, that's not okay. Let's go get Pep."
And Juventus had that
Before
same
Pep?
mentality too.
No. They won the treble before he came.
Juventus are going to win Serie A this season, and I know you're going to say, "Oh, but Inter." Juventus are winning Serie A this season.
I don't think so.
That's not the conversation here. We're
no.
talking about winning mentalities of these teams. Pep would go to a club like Juventus, a club like Bayern, probably a club like PSG, because they're the richest
I
teams
could
in
see him
each of
win.
those leagues,
I could see him win to
and they
PSG.
can attract the best players for him to use.
PSG, I could see. So I'm saying basically PSG,
Imagine if he goes to PSG.
return to Barca,
No, Royal
potentially Juve. Potentially Juve.
But do you see him staying at City at the end of the
I
season?
can see him staying. I don't see why he wouldn't leave. I
It depends on how they do
I
Champions
think
League.
he likes the competition of
Okay.
the Premier League.
Do you think he would leave City if he doesn't win the Champions League at
If
the
he
end?
wins no trophies
Yeah.
this season. If Pep wins no trophies this season, he only stays if he's guaranteed a blank check. You can sign whatever player you want, which, I mean, Man City do basically anyways.
Well, They should. Well, they have that.
But I mean,
they have the money to.
You,
at least.
you tell me. Okay, Pep, you get to go and sign Koulibaly. You go get to sign this guy, and he goes, okay, I stay. That's how I see it. If City owners go, you know what, you're gonna have 2 or 3 signings this year. That's it. I think he goes, I don't need to stay here. I'm giving you my presence, in a sense.
How would that look on? Let's say this is hypothetical, obviously, but say he doesn't win anything, neither Premier League or the Champions League, and he leaves. How would that look on him and his reputation?
You'll get a lot of people like this guy here saying Pep's a fraud.
No, I mean, I think he is a fraud. He's a very maybe he should go to a lower team. Maybe go.
All I say about Pep, and this is my own personal opinion, he goes to the biggest teams, spends the most money. No wonder you win trophies.
Well, he's still one of the best managers of all
he is.
time.
I
He's a very
see
good
what you're
manager.
meaning, but he also does it like in the best possible way that could be done.
How so?
Like he takes money, he builds these teams, and he gets 100-point seasons.
Well, of course, you need money to win.
And I mean, and people are like, oh, he didn't spend that much money at Barca. He inherited one of the greatest teams.
I'm just saying, there's times where managers take over teams and like superstar teams and still don't do well.
I mean, and they still spend a lot of money at Barcelona.
And they don't do as
They
well.
spent money at Barcelona, but he inherited one of the greatest sides.
Valverde is, I mean,
Valverde does not have the team he had.
Yeah, but
You
Barcelona
look just at
fans still want
Puyol,
him
and
out.
Puyol alone makes their entire defense better.
Let's not forget, Valverde almost had an undefeated season.
I'm not saying that,
Yeah.
Guardiola is a fraud. I think he is a very good manager.
Yes.
But
I agree. He's a very good manager.
But
I don't rank him as number 1 of all time, though.
But-
or even in the
he's
conversation.
he's never ever going to be number 1 of all time because you have to stay at a club for 26
In
years.
reality, Manchester City should not be this far behind Liverpool.
No, but can you really blame them because they've had some key injuries
Yes,
in the back?
you can. You can blame Pep for that.
You can-
He knew that their
It's
defense was
unfortunate.
fragile. He knew that, hey, if Laporte goes down, we're fragile at the back. He knew that.
But
he chose to not sign a backup defender.
I don't want to say if it's him or the club. Maybe Pep wanted the players and the club said no.
I don't think he
When
really
did Man
expected.
City ever say no to spending money?
I don't think he really expected to ever put Fernandinho at center back. He didn't think it would get to that point.
Well, they prepared that. They had some preseason matches with him at
I
center
do.
back.
I honestly, and I also blame Pep for being so stubborn in his tactics. You can't go into these games with a makeshift defensive line playing the same style you play when you have your full 11. You have to change. You have to be versatile. But Pep this is how I play. This is how I coach. You don't like it? Piss off, basically.
Only times there are times when he does change his play style, like
Very, very rarely.
like Liverpool, where
Then he just goes all sheepish because he knows Jurgen Klopp's better. Am I wrong, Lucas? Am I wrong?
I love Mr. Klopp, so I'm not going to say anything. But yeah, I mean, let us know about this discussion we had. Are we leaning to something, or are we completely wrong?
I do give credit to FTW, the YouTube channel, because I watched his one where he goes, Pep knew his defensive line was weak. He never strengthened. You have to give part of the blame to him on that side. Blame has to be put on Pep. He's not untouchable.
I think we've been on Arsenal, Man City for 15 minutes. We also have the rest of the Premier League to kind of cover.
Yeah.
Where
No,
would you
no
like to
worries.
go,
Don't
Oz?
worry.
Where would
Don't-
you like to move on to?
Something that United versus Everton. I want to go to this because
Let's do it.
this is kind of silly in my opinion.
Why is it silly?
Because we go from beating Spurs, City, smashing AZ, Alkmaar, whatever.
Alkmaar. It's two
Alkmaar.
syllables.
and then we go on to draw Everton 1-1 at Old Trafford.
Everton have been in a good run of form since sacking their manager.
Yeah, Duncan Ferguson, he's been doing well.
Yes, they've
Said
won
very
one
well.
game.
They've been good, though.
And-
their energy levels have been better.
Now,
Their play style
credit
is
to
more
United.
attractive.
We should have actually we had chances. We just weren't as clinical as some people. Some United fans think we were clinical.
You
but
had 66% possession.
Yeah.
You had 24 total shots, 8 on target.
so with that being said, we did create more chances than usual. So that's good to know.
I mean, Lindelof had a chance that almost led to a nice goal.
I know.
Lindelof
Unfortunately, it was an own goal that just went off his leg.
Lindelof scored a great goal.
But 18-year-old Mason Greenwood, best teenager on the planet right now.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, I think he's up there. James Sancho, he's okay.
You're like you said.
Okay, he's just starting to be a shit disturber. But
Oh, okay, he's not a teenager anymore.
who?
Havertz, which he said should have won the Golden Ball. I mean the Golden
Nah,
Boy.
but okay, look. Jokes aside, Mason Greenwood has been he's been doing pretty well.
He had a great game against AZ
Yeah.
Alkmaar. Had some great
He's
finishes.
scoring recently, so
Some people are comparing him to a Van Persie,
Oh, that'd be amazing.
but I think
Haaland, the guy you were raving about for 6 hours.
Why wouldn't
last
you want to
episode.
sign him? Why wouldn't you?
No, I'm saying,
put
is he
him
not
in
the
ranks?
greatest teenager on planet?
He's up there.
He's
well,
scoring
something he's
Champions League
overrated.
goals.
You know, there's one team that plays youth and teenagers and doesn't get results, and that name is Arsenal. While United, we play a bunch of teenagers and we go and smack City.
But you just
And
tied
then
1-1.
and then we draw Everton because we're so inconsistent.
That's not a good result, despite Everton bringing in a new
I
manager.
never said it was a good
This
result.
has been United's season, though. They perform
It's just
brilliantly
very-
against top six. They go against these weaker sides who sit back a little more, and they
it's
can't
kind,
break
it's
them
kind
down.
of it's kind of harder to counter teams like Everton who do kind of sit back
You're
once
almost
they
a
concede.
one-trick pony at this
Whereas-
point. You're a counter-attacking team.
Yeah, we can do that against the big teams because they don't necessarily sit back.
You can't be 2015 Leicester. Only Leicester is Leicester.
I mean, that's a little bit different when you say
Yeah.
that.
Of course.
Counter-attacking
But
team.
did you think there was a foul on De Gea on the Lindelof own goal?
No, not really. I didn't really see anything.
I saw it. Do I think there was a foul? A really weak one potentially, but if I'm referee, I don't give that
Yeah.
I
one.
mean, regardless of the fact if it's a foul or not, we should have scored at least 3 against Everton.
I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, we should
You
have
guys
scored
do
more.
not convert your chances in this game.
Yeah.
And
Like where was Marcus Rashford? He had a free kick that tricked Pickford a little, but
Yeah, he almost
Yeah.
scored it. It was a good.
Yeah, it was a good
attempt.
free kick.
I mean it was in the middle, but
Jesse Lingard had a chance. He
Oh,
pulled
yeah.
it just wide.
yeah, that's a tough one. I'll give him a break on
Yeah,
that one because
100%.
he's like literally doing a 180.
Yeah, I don't know.
transition.
That was kind of. I think that he could have done that a lot better.
It's a tough chance.
It's just weird for United because they beat Spurs, City, but yet they'll draw Villa, Sheffield, and Everton.
What's your next run of games looking like?
I think-
'Cause it could be it could be a tough little run.
We're
for
playing
you.
Watford, and we need to get points. Like, we need to. We want to get in that top 4 position. I'm sick and tired of watching Europa. I want to get back in the Champions League.
So yeah, you got Watford, Newcastle, Burnley.
Every time
Those could be tough
yeah.
games for you. Honestly,
Of course, they're going to be tough games. 'Cause we can't-
Newcastle have been very good this season.
Newcastle beat you
Look,
guys
yeah,
earlier this
look,
year.
if they're-
Burnley's gonna sit
If
in.
they're not in the top 6, we're going to have a
It's okay though. January
Problem.
1st, the new year starts off great for you.
who?
You got Arsenal.
Oh well, that's 3 points.
The new year, new United.
Will it be a new Arsenal?
You never know.
Yeah, that's true. Did anyone impress you in this match, or is it just other than Greenwood, or was it just?
I think it was more man. It was mostly
I thought
Greenwood,
Daniel
but-
James was okay.
Yeah,
He had the one shot that killed Anthony Martial.
No, that was Lingard.
it's just
Was it Jesse Lingard
Yeah.
who killed?
Yeah, he
Or
got
who-
hit in the face. Yeah,
Lingard got hit.
yeah.
Okay, well that's okay. I thought it was Martial. We need to keep him. Well, not we.
I feel
but they
Lingard
need to
has
keep
been
him
playing
okay.
better recently. It's just,
But yeah, but Daniel James did murder
it's just
him.
3 points wasted and gone. It's unfortunate. That's all I can say about United. We just need to start beating these damn teams.
Can we talk about the rumors, Lucas?
Just want to say fair play to Everton. 4 points against Chelsea and Manchester United.
Yeah, Duncan Ferguson's been managing them well. I don't know. It's like one of those things where manager gets sacked. Oh, let's play well now. Except for Arsenal. We're going to be slacking Arsenal for a while. Really kind of deserve it, but...
Okay, I'm gonna give some rumors here for you all.
Here comes the rumor mill.
Erling Haaland wants to sign for Manchester United, supposedly. Now, this is reported onto the BBC.
I would love to see this happen.
I'm reading this off of the Manchester official paper. Supposedly he told Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that he wants to sign for Manchester United. The 22-year-old says that he would love to play under Solskjaer again, and Solskjaer, of course, would like him back because he's done well.
He would fit well into our
He's
young
got-
dynamic we have
He's
going
got
on.
28 goals in 22 games this season, 7 assists. It's not bad numbers.
Yeah.
And now you're going to say, oh, you're going to have too many strikers and forwards. Well,
That's
that-
okay to have.
yeah, that's right now kind of what we
Well,
want.
for some players' development. I would say no.
Yeah. Old Trafford would be his first choice destination if he was to make a move in January.
I don't know where the BBC are getting this info from and how they already know that that's his first choice.
But his agent, Mino Raiola,
Yes.
of course he has that agent,
Yes.
everyone has him, is keeping all options open and would like to see him sign for Serie A giants Juventus.
Well,
That's where his agent wants him to go.
Well, I think
Bigger payday.
there's also
to be fair, he's got good ties to Juventus.
yeah, he really does.
But there's been some big rumors recently.
Mm-hmm.
Dortmund was reported when we were recording our last
I'm not
podcast.
surprised.
Well, supposedly what happened, there's his agent, Raiola, had like meetings with about 6 or 7 different clubs.
Yeah,
And it
like
was
Dortmund and Leipzig.
Dortmund, Leipzig, Juventus, United.
I think Dortmund and Leipzig would be better options than Manchester
They
United or
probably
Juventus.
would be for him.
Quite
They probably
possibly.
would.
But United want him.
If we sign him, I'm not going to be angry.
Because Dortmund, Paco Alcacer, he's constantly injured.
Guess what? That's good for Dortmund. You guess what? You're not getting him.
And then Leipzig, they play 2 strikers, so the rotation would work there, unlike at Manchester United.
Lucas, I know this is your favorite source. The Sun.
Oh, don't even say the
It's
name.
like,
Don't
the
even
Sun,
say the headline.
They said
don't even say the
that
headline.
Solskjaer has $250 million to spend this year.
I'm just gonna leave.
What about your boy Fabrizio Romano, the guy on Twitter who's always right about everything?
Well, he said Liverpool are signing a player. Here we go.
Yeah, you're signing. You're signing.
Minamino.
Minamino.
The guy.
He's actually very good. You got to give it to him.
Oh yeah, but for whatever reason, we just recently started hearing about him on Wednesday.
No, I had him about 2 years ago. My FIFA career mode. This guy's a legend.
Man plays too much FIFA career mode. I play too much Ultimate Team. There's the state of the podcast right there.
You're not wrong.
This guy plays Football Manager, so there you go.
Can we go to Spuds?
Is that all the rumor mills you have?
That's all I have for Manchester United.
Let's put a rating. Do you think rating of Haaland going to United?
7 out of 10.
I will agree with that. 7 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
This bastard. The bastard you are.
He thinks logically.
He thinks negatively.
We drink the
This is the
Kool-Aid.
man that still says Liverpool not winning the league. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Lucas, if you don't win the league this season,
I'll be honest. I think,
take your jersey and burn it.
I think most Liverpool fans are right now. We're not saying anything until it's a done deal.
Burn your jersey if they don't win the league this season.
You don't say you're winning the league until you've actually crossed the finish line. I know it's hard for you to comprehend since you're Celtic and you basically win the title at the start of the season, but yeah, it's a good thing these Rangers fans have been slagging you too.
Look at Waz throwing your reverse psychology at you.
Technically, we're in one of the closest title races in Europe right now. It's separated by a goal. Like,
congratulations! All of Europe is currently a title race.
Not the Premier League.
Yeah, we still talking about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways.
Can we go to Spurs?
Yes.
That was a good game.
2-1, they win. Yes.
But I think my favorite moment of this game was Adama Traore's strike.
I think.
Whoa.
Correct me if I'm
Banger.
wrong. He's probably the scariest player in the Premier League.
Him or Saint Maximin?
No. Because Saint Maxime. Here's the thing. Traore's the same speed and pace, but a damn sight bigger.
He's big. He
can
bigger
run
in every
through
port.
you.
Yeah,
I swear he's getting bigger and bigger each week.
I would like to see how big his feet are. You know, just like with this muscle size. Like you think, look at his legs, massive.
Waz, your
arms
toes
are
don't have
massive.
muscles.
That guy will find a way to work out his feet. Like that was a cracker of a
huge.
shot.
He's huge. He's quick. He's scary. But Spurs, you got to give them credit because what a goal by Lucas Moura. That was also a fantastic twinkle toes moment.
It's one of those type of shots where it's like really fast, so it's hard for the goalkeeper to react quick enough to save it because it did go right over his
Up
head.
high, yeah. But great to weave his way through the defenders.
Yeah, he could have won down, but he stayed up, which fair play to him. I respect that a lot, and it led to a goal.
They're using Moura almost like a center forward right now. I know he didn't start there. I know he was out on the wing.
Well, he was on the wing when he scored.
Yeah, but they used him as a center forward in the Champions League. Mm-hmm. And, he plays up front very frequently. I mean, the front three of Son, Moura, and Kane are all interchangeable at times. Mm-hmm. But,
yeah. But Wolves, then later Adama Traore with his strike. Mm-hmm. He's starting to add more end product to his game.
Yeah, it's good to see.
If he gets more goals and assists, he's going to be, like Waz said, the scariest player in the, would you say the world? Or just the Premier League?
Just the Prem.
the Prem.
Robert Lewandowski's the scariest in the world. If I'm a defender and I see Lewandowski, I walk home.
Maybe.
I go, he's going to score 4. I might as well not be in the field.
Adama Traore could be the scariest player.
Jan Vertonghen rescues all 3 points for Spurs in the 91st minute.
Yep.
Goal.
He literally came from out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like literally, he wasn't even on screen, and then runs into this empty space, and the ball gets to his head.
Goal.
Super Jan.
Super Jan. I mean, it was a decent goal. I mean, header.
It's a good header.
Yeah, it was.
14 yards or something.
Bullet of a header.
Bullet. But no, for Spurs though, they're up to 5th. They're back in Europe, European spot. Mm-hmm. they got through the Champions League group. Is Jose going to save their season?
Who knows?
Potentially.
Right now, he's done a great job.
Yeah, I mean, some luck. Like a lot of close games, even though a few of those games they were up 3-0.
I want to say they were 10th when he took over. Does that sound about right?
I don't think you're entirely wrong.
So I mean, up 5 positions doesn't sound like a hell of a lot, but those are important 5 positions in the Premier League.
Wolves will feel a little hard done by.
Oh,
They had some chances to take the lead. Like there's a header they had, which was a good save by Gazzaniga. But yeah, Mourinho's been doing a good job. Some of the players are looking better than ever.
Wolves are still 5 points out of a Champions League spot. It's not that far away right now.
Also, chances of Eriksen leaving Spurs this January?
7 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
It's bold. Don't know if he'll leave.
Give me your thoughts. What's your rating?
It's probably 4 to 10.
I'll say 6.
8 out of 10. He's gone. Let's talk, though, about the Saturday games.
Yes.
Let's start with Liverpool. Title contenders. Premier League winners.
Not yet.
They get a 2-0 victory over Watford.
The
now,
Egyptian king
yes,
isn't summoned.
Mo Salah, the Egyptian king, did fantastic yet again. How many goals do you have this season?
I think that's now 8 for him.
In the Premier League?
Yeah, I think so.
9.
9 now. Okay.
9 in the Premier League. That's not
Yes.
bad.
Oh yeah, he was getting involved a lot. It was the goal was a great counterattack off a Watford corner, and Mo Salah ends up just getting by one of the defenders and taking the shot on his right foot, curling it.
It was
Fantastic.
a good finish for him. On his right foot, not his strongest foot.
He is one of those players that makes football look easy.
He really does. That's a
Yeah.
good way of. That's a good way of putting it.
But he also is a player that makes football look difficult with the chances he misses sometimes.
But he works very hard off the ball, I think. But he's a special talent.
Yeah, he's obviously great. Liverpool finally got a clean sheet at Anfield. I think it's the first one this season.
Sadio
at least
Mane,
in the Premier League.
Sadio Mane gets a goal disallowed by VAR.
That's
yet another hairline offside decision.
I'm so annoyed because it was such a great header.
It was a great goal, but man, was that a tight call.
But Liverpool wasn't at their best in this match.
Again, Liverpool have not been at their best all season.
I wouldn't say that's entirely true, but like there has been a few 3 or 4 matches recently where I would agree with you.
I still don't. Liverpool last year, I think, was better than Liverpool this year. And yet here you are, top of the Premier League, undefeated.
No, we were undefeated last season at this point too.
Fair enough, but okay. Sorry.
Obviously, Henderson and Ronaldo, they did the job they needed. I think so.
Love me some J.
Obviously, Firmino hasn't been in the greatest goals or assists performances recently, but
Bobby has 4 goals, 4 assists in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, a lot of those were earlier on in the season. Sakiri, I don't know how he wants to pronounce his name, but
Xherdan Shaqiri.
Well, some say Shaqiri or something.
No, I don't care.
It doesn't matter if it's Shaqiri. We've been calling him Shaqiri since the day he's been playing, so that's what I'm going to call
Since
him.
he was at Stoke.
Don't care. He was at Bayern Munich before Stoke. Put some respect on his name.
He's also at Stoke.
He is a Champions League winner 2 times.
And then he went to Stoke.
No,
No, he
I was in the middle.
was he in Italy for a bit too?
Yeah, you played for Inter
played
for
for
like half
Inter.
a year.
Oh wow, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, you came from
Well
Basel.
Well
Yeah, he
traveled.
was at Basel as well.
Anyways,
He also played for Stoke. I don't want that to be ever forgotten.
trust he doesn't play for Celtic.
Boyan and Shaqiri are at
and
Stoke.
Alphalai.
It's a weird team.
Yeah, but yeah,
Now they're relegated.
Did they not get relegated that season?
yeah.
Yeah, they had a good
Yikes.
team. Like,
It wasn't a good team.
you had Shaqiri and Boyan.
Boyan is not that
Yeah,
good.
but who was under the?
He was at Barca.
Yeah, but he never lived up to his potential.
Sure. A lot of players at Barcelona.
But yeah, I thought Watford weren't that bad. They had chances to score, but unfortunately, they have the shooting ability of a 6-year-old.
Yes, we got the lad Will Hughes in CDM.
There was some incredible misses in this game for Watford. Like, was it Sarr?
Sarr had pretty much missed the ball.
My God, that's something I would do. Like,
That's something I've done.
top of the box, no one around him, fluffs it.
No, that's basically me last game, man.
Curry had a good chance too.
Well, you're a left back. That's okay.
And you're not even left-footed.
Okay, okay, whatever, man.
But De Curry, he had a great chance. He completely fluffed it. I don't know, whatever good chance Watford had in this match, he just fluffed it in. It's unfortunate because they weren't playing bad.
Did you see Kabasele's tweet? The center back for Watford.
What did you say?
He posted retweeted the Premier League's picture or whatever and quoted, because he's in the background of this picture, the Liverpool players celebrating, and it's basically him saying that moment when you know you're going to be in Premier League highlights for eternity.
Fair enough.
It's like that. It's like yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so I don't have much more else to say. I know Liverpool, they have a busy week.
Yes, you do.
They have a match on the 17th against Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup.
Which
But
you
then,
don't care about.
but then the next day they're in Qatar.
Yep.
I wonder if like small teams like this, they see Liverpool coming up on their next schedule and they just go and cry.
Oh, Aston Villa's going to be cheering because they're going to be playing our youth team.
Just 17-year-olds. Get ready for Rhian Brewster.
Get ready for a hat trick from Jack Grealish.
It could happen. We
That's
could lose 6-0.
They want to go. They tried to go against Arsenal, and Arsenal still
Yeah,
lost.
well, we all know what they're up to right now. So it's
Yeah.
Let's go to the.
But I just want to mention, since we're probably not going to talk much about Liverpool later on.
Yes.
Yeah, they're going to the Club World Cup. I'm not sure if we'll have a
Who are
podcast
you
where
playing?
we're playing Monterrey.
Lovely, the Mexican side.
Yeah, and
do we know where we can watch these?
um,
Do you really want to watch this?
Yes, it's the Club World Cup.
I'll let you know when I find out.
It's technically the biggest
Link will be
competition in the world.
description.
Technically,
Well, no, it
it
won't
is the biggest club competition in the world.
Wasn't it won last year by?
Real Madrid?
Was it or was it? I thought it was won by someone else.
No, I'm pretty sure Real Madrid won it.
Am I thinking of a different tournament?
Probably because Real Madrid probably did win it last year.
I thought they lost it.
To who? I know they played like a Japanese.
I thought
team
it was
in
a
the final.
Japanese team.
No, Real Madrid won it.
Yep,
Against a
champion.
Japanese team?
Was
it Antlers or
No,
whatever
no,
it's
it was
called?
Al Ain.
Who's Antlers?
They
Antlers won something.
they got fourth place. They lost to River Plate in the.
Okay.
The Kashima Antlers.
Yeah, they did something. I remember that.
Yes, they did well. Don't worry.
Gareth Bale, best player.
The only tournament they'll play him in. So,
But yeah, I know some people, they just don't care about the Club World Cup.
I think it's kind of cool. You win the
don't care.
trophy, you get this sweet crest on
I don't care.
your club's never gonna beat it.
Fair enough. I don't care about it.
See,
So sad.
I think if it wasn't in Qatar, I'd care about it so much more because it's a trophy for being the best team in the world.
Yeah, technically.
It's just with Qatar.
You're playing Monterrey.
That's cool though. We never played
It is
a Mexico
cool.
team.
It is very cool, but
We could be playing.
if the Champions League winning team does not win this every single season, there's big issues.
It's happened before.
I
though.
know it has
Chelsea.
happened before, but what I'm saying is it should. There's big issues if it doesn't.
Oh, I watched on the kickoff. Rory, he's a Chelsea fan on there,
Mm-hmm.
and he experienced the Club World Cup in Tokyo, and he said like when they played against Corinthians, there was like 50,000 Brazilians in there.
This is a pretty big tournament for some of these clubs.
Yeah, like this is probably the best it's ever gonna get. Like,
Oh, 100%. These guys are, Monterrey's going to go play up against the Champions League winners, some of the biggest players.
Some of these clubs, as a tournament,
in
you
the
can only
world.
make it maybe every 50 years.
yeah,
Yeah.
because you have to win your continental trophy to
Yeah.
get into it. I know Flamengo, they play Al Hilal. I think that's how you say it.
Al Hilal, yes.
Like Flamengo, they've been one of the best teams
They've been very good.
in history of South America. They've been
Yeah.
incredible
That'd be
this
sick
past
match
season.
to see. Liverpool versus Flamengo.
I mean, I feel like we would destroy them, but
Don't get cocky.
but then again, you never know
You never
because
know.
maybe Liverpool wouldn't be up to it so much, and then these teams.
What are your guys' thoughts on this wonderful tournament known as the Club World Cup?
Can we move on to Chelsea?
Yes, I have a few things to say about Chelsea.
Okay, tell me a few things about this, Lucas. They lost 1-0 to Bournemouth at home. Not great, Frankie.
Yeah, 4 losses in their last 5 for Chelsea, and you go into this match versus Bournemouth. Bournemouth coming off a 3-0 loss to Liverpool. Injuries to their players like Ake. Their team is bruised up. Callum Wilson also was injured. So you'd expect Chelsea at home to be able to handle Bournemouth. But
you would think.
But they lose 1-0 from an interesting goal by Dan Gosling, which initially was said offside, but
Yeah, the goal was first flagged offside by the linesman. Clearly onside. Well, he was after the defender, but it came off the Chelsea man, correct?
no, he was onside.
He
Pretty
was onside. I
clearly.
thought it came off of the Chelsea man.
No, it was onside. I think Mason Mount kept him on.
Fair enough.
But like,
I didn't watch this game.
I watched it. I watched it like later in the day. The first 30 minutes made me fall asleep almost. Honestly, it wasn't great. I know, not early on, but by like the 30th minute, I just needed to take a break from the match and watch the rest later. But like there was like a chance for Bournemouth in the first few minutes from Ryan Fraser. There was a chance from Tammy Abraham where maybe he could have done a bit better, but honestly, there was not much going on. Chelsea had a lot of the ball, but weren't really able to create too much. And I don't know, some of their players that have been performing well in recent weeks have not been performing.
Like you said, Bournemouth had lost 5 of their last 5 matches. They had lost them all. So I had bet on Chelsea to win.
Well,
You shouldn't bet.
I'm really bad at it, honestly.
Exactly.
But yeah, for Bournemouth, this is a big result for them because if you look at the table, Bournemouth are not having their best of years. That's them to 14th right now.
Yeah, well, the Premier League...
It's tight.
Yeah, like we mentioned several times. I think this is a result that relieves a lot of pressure from them. Obviously, they still need to do well in their next few matches.
For Chelsea, they are still 4th in Champions League spot. What's not working for Chelsea right now? The goals have kind of dried up.
I don't know, like their end product has not been playing too well. I know some may say Kovacic was a miss in the midfield and maybe having more creativity in there.
I think because Tammy Abraham, I think Tammy Abraham had that injury about 2-3 weeks ago. That I'm done with you. That really, I think, that really kind of messed up the motion they had going on. They had a good run of form going on.
He only missed one match, but obviously it's hard. It looked like a painful injury.
Yeah. And
I guess it is hard to recover right away from an injury like that.
Yes.
Who invited this guy?
Are you like a mob boss or something?
Who invited this guy? Jesus.
It's a scene from Family Guy.
Christian Pulisic, he had he had one chance where he went into the side netting instead of scoring.
He was, throughout the match, he was relatively really quiet.
Yeah.
Willian had really no end product, and then they made the substitution. They took off Pulisic. They brought on Kovacic. They moved Mason Mount to the left. They took off Willian. They brought on Hudson-Odoi, who he had one cross where it did lead to something. There was like a few deflections in there, and really, I don't know who was on the end of it, but a Chelsea player really should have scored there. He headed it right at the Ramsdale. But that was really Chelsea's best chance of the match.
They had their world-class center back, Antonio Rudiger, back. Do you think he is the man to shore up their defensive issues?
I mean, he can be part of the back line, but I don't know. I have to watch him the next few matches, see how it goes, and whether to see if whether his injury record becomes reoccurring.
Whether he has another injury or whether he can be the man for Chelsea.
Well, many of the Chelsea supporters who have been watching our TikToks have slated us that Antonio Rudiger is a fine center back. So
they basically said he is Van Dijk.
Well, not to that extent.
Well, we also got a YouTube comment saying like, he likes Rudiger. He thinks he's the guy for Chelsea.
I mean, if you're a
Henry
Chelsea
Cox said Rudiger is class and was injured and is back now. We also have to buy a buyback on Ake.
Yes, and
I would agree with that. Actually.
Henry,
Nathan
thank you for
Ake's
your comment. We appreciate it.
Yes, but if you're a Chelsea fan and you're looking at your defensive choices, of course you want Rudiger to start. He's your best guy you have. I mean, Andreas Christensen is soft. He's not exactly a center back in my mind. He is a center back.
What are your guys' thoughts on Andreas Christensen?
He's a little pansy boy.
Center back. Would you do better than him?
No, he wouldn't.
No.
Exactly.
You think I do better than him? He's soft. He's not a Premier League center back. Zuma.
That's subjective.
Zuma, he's shaky at best, I think.
He's had some unfortunate injuries and it's taken him a while to really build up. He
used to have a lot of promise.
I would really like to see Rudiger and Tomori together.
Oh yeah, that's what I've said before too. I think that would be a good
defensive pairing. Tomori's been a revelation this year so far.
He's been good. If he can keep it up for the whole season, then that'll be great for Chelsea. But Chelsea, they've had problems keeping clean sheets before, even with Tomori and with Rudiger injured.
What is the injury Tomori has?
I don't know.
Because how long is he out for? I haven't really heard much about his injury updates.
Yeah, because he was on the bench last week, I think.
He wasn't on the bench this week, so.
Let me find out. But what do you expect from Chelsea when they play against Spurs?
Oh, well, I think this is going to be a very close game. I think they will play a lot better than they have been recently. I think they know what's on the line. But it's tough to say because every time Chelsea have gone up against the top 6 side, it's been kind of shaky, especially against one but United. But that's the first game of the season, so that doesn't really count. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw when they play Spurs.
What about January? I think January's going to be huge for this Chelsea season.
I don't know who they're necessarily going to sign. Of course, we've said Koulibaly and whatnot, but it's
Nathan Ake. They have a first choice option to buy.
Yeah, that's true.
But is Bournemouth going to let him go in January?
Well,
here's my thing, right? It's like I'm tossing this question to the viewers. Who do Chelsea buy in January? Do they go after somebody or do they stick with what they have? Because
I think they have to buy.
I think they should buy someone just to have some extra depth.
If
there,
anything, I'm
more
selling
quality
Christensen, keeping Tomori, keeping Zuma.
I think Chelsea need a little bit more options. That's my thing. I'm not saying their center backs are terrible. Some of you think they're class.
What about Azpilicueta? There's talk about him getting let go.
I don't know why you let go of him. I think he's a quality defender.
I agree.
He's very
I
versatile.
Think
he can play wing back and he can play center back. So,
well, with Ake, it's not just a first option. They have a buyback clause for £40 million.
So if they trigger that, there's not much Bournemouth can do, correct?
Yes.
That's what it seems like, according to The Guardian and Mr. Jacob Steinberg.
And it's good to see that Chelsea do have players like Tomori coming through the ranks that could fill in first team positions, right?
You want competition in every single position. So,
yeah.
I mean, if you do bring back Ake, you're not saying he's going to get the start
at
necessarily.
Best, it'd be nice if Chelsea could have like a Joel Matip there right now, or like
Joel Matip is world class. Am I wrong?
I
know you love Joel.
He's a second choice center back at best, right?
Well, he's
their first choice.
I mean, yeah, well, with Van Dijk, yeah.
I'm just saying, yeah.
It's tough for me to say. He's been injured for the past month, so when he has played, he's been one of the best defenders in the league, though. So,
but other than defensively, do we see Chelsea making any signings?
Oh, of course.
Do they need another striker?
Have they been strongly linked with anyone?
Yes, the same report that I've got from Ake. Let's see. I see here. They're ready to step up their interest for Wilfried Zaha next month.
Oh wow, that'd be nice.
Yeah, because their transfer ban is gone. Has been given $150 million budget.
Was Jadon Sancho also being talked about?
I'm reading the article as quick as I can. Yes, he's mentioned Chelsea are monitoring Dortmund's Jadon Sancho, CSKA Moscow's Fedor Chalov, Lyon's Moussa Dembele, and RB Leipzig's Timo Werner. However, that could be harder to attract in January than Zaha.
Timo Werner would be insane.
I don't see that happening.
I don't see.
There hasn't been like a solid
go after
German player in the Premier League. Okay, well, maybe Ozil.
Yes,
but other than that, we haven't seen an exciting German attacker in the Premier League ever.
Michael
Sane?
Ballack. Yeah, Leroy Sané is German.
I keep forgetting he's German.
You just forget he exists because he's been injured for so long.
Or he's never played in the national team. It's one of the two, anyways.
Michael Ballack.
Yeah. He was an attacker.
He scored goals.
Guess what? Guess who else was in the Premier League? Bastian Schweinsteiger. Look how that turned out.
He did not score goals.
He actually scored a couple.
Less than Ballack.
Yes, and anyways, let's move on.
I think if they could swoop in and get Sancho, that'd be huge. Moussa Dembele, honestly, he's a very good center forward to have in your ranks. Again, he'd be cup tied because he.
Well, apparently there's. I don't know. I'm still not sure, but there's some. Apparently the cup tie rule is different or it's gone. I don't know what's the case with that right now. So maybe the cup tie rule wouldn't matter anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. If we want to get off of Chelsea, we can go to Leicester City. They had a disappointing day.
The Pookie party's back.
The Pookie party is back. 1-1 draw, Leicester City versus Norwich City. Timo Pukki scores in the 26th minute, and then a Tim Krul own goal in the 38th.
What party? What Pookie party?
You forgot the party earlier this season? It went on a hiatus.
There's no party going on. He scored one goal.
Yeah, it's back.
A party doesn't come back because you score one goal.
Yeah.
He's got 9 goals in 17 games.
Where's Danny Ings' party?
Oh, it ended this weekend.
I was so sad.
This is the stupidest calling it a party because you score one goal. Lots of players score one goal in the Premier League. This man's a fraud.
You know who's scored a few goals? Jamie Vardy.
It's true. He's having a party.
17 games.
But his party's done.
No, it's not.
Yeah, he didn't score.
Doesn't matter. His team's second in the Premier League.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry. I'm dying. I'm killing this party. This party sucks.
The party's over. Leicester
The
City.
Pookie party. Get out of
okay,
here.
Billie Eilish.
What?
What?
Yeah, isn't that her album name?
I don't know.
Lucas, don't talk about pop culture.
What?
Leicester City are still
Yes.
second in the Premier League. Arguably the only title rivals to Liverpool right now.
And somehow Tim
And how you
Krul
feel.
scores an own goal.
Well, because Vardy headed it in,
Yeah.
and
Oh, it's a
but
shame.
it was going away from the goal, and Krul tried to save it.
Oh,
but
so
he hit it in.
technically,
We
was
thought it
a
was
goal.
Vardy's goal, but
Yeah.
it technically isn't.
well,
But for Leicester City, disappointing to not get the 3 points against Norwich.
Yeah, they're
But Norwich have done this before. They beat Man City. They've done okay against bigger sides.
I thought Norwich looked quite well in this
Yeah,
match.
they weren't terrible.
They definitely you obviously know they want to try to play nice football and and try find their way to the back of the goal. Sometimes passes from in behind the defense, which what led to the goal for Pookie, and they tried that throughout the match, which it didn't lead to goals.
I am a big fan of Todd Cantwell.
Yes, I have been.
I think he's had a great season.
I've been a fan of him since the start
Yeah, he's
of the
been
season,
good.
not last year. I didn't watch him last
He's
year.
been good. Kenny McLean, he's had a decent year for them.
I don't know. I
I
haven't.
think he's in a little bit of unsung role.
I have no comment on this player.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know it's more
Norwich,
Cantwell.
Norwich are an interesting team because they don't have many stars.
I'm
Pookie's
sorry.
getting goals for
when,
them.
When I watch Norwich, I don't ever watch Norwich. I'm
Fair
sorry.
enough. Tim Krul, though, he's a very good goalie. He's a very experienced goaltender.
The only player I know on this team really is Pookie and Tete.
You don't know Tim Krul?
Tim Krul, yeah, of course I know him.
Okay.
Brilliant was.
Thank you for your excellent insight there. I gotta be honest, that hit me. I did not
Oh,
expect that.
did you see what happened in this match?
What happened in this match, Lucas?
So sorry for sounding so excited. This is probably gonna be lame to you guys. But like, okay, so Norwich kicked the ball out because one of their players were down,
Okay.
and then Leicester throw it in. Ian Nastro takes it. Expect him to kick it back to them.
Oh, yes,
And then he
yes.
goes on and tries to attack and wins a free kick.
Yes.
Cantwell looks like he's about to choke him out, but he
Yes.
stops.
It was a very unsportsmanlike moment. But we've seen this a couple times this year.
I'm like, come on, Kelechi.
It's
You're
a beautiful
better than
game.
that.
For a
You're better
reason.
than that, Iheanacho.
Yeah, but the free kick, they just kicked it out of bounds.
Yeah.
So.
But to review just the little bit of the top of the table, Liverpool are still top on 49 points. Leicester City second, 39. Man City third on 35. And Chelsea fourth on 29.
Thoughts on that was how do you see United's chances for top four right now as we speak? The weekly update.
It's still good.
Still good.
I mean, no
the-
losses in the last five,
Just
but
no.
only 2 wins.
Just a quick recap of the other two games that were having played on Saturday. Sheffield got a 2-0 victory over Aston Villa. Bit of an upset, but not really at the same time.
Jack Grealish missed a penalty in the last minute.
did,
Unfortunately.
And
Cost his fantasy points.
West Ham get a 1-0 victory over Southampton.
Good
Yet
bounce
again, Pellegrini saves his bacon. Because everyone said if you lose against Southampton, you're out. And
That's true.
You forgot about one match.
Which one?
Burnley and Newcastle.
What a crack
is
of a
true.
match that
I
is.
didn't miss Burnley.
1-0
Newcastle.
Burnley wins. Burnley get out of their little duck they've been
See,
sitting on.
Newcastle getting weird. They look great against some teams. And some teams
Yeah,
are
they're very
trash.
50-50.
But
More so 70-30, but
and to review the bottom of the Premier League, you have Watford in 20th, 9 points. Norwich City 19th on 12. Southampton 18th on 15. And Aston Villa right above relegation 17th on 15 as well. Only up on goal differential.
Honestly, people thought the relegation teams were already determined, but
Yeah.
it's not over yet.
No.
It's not over
Everton's in the conversation.
for... Mm-hmm. West Ham's still in it. Bournemouth's still in it. Brighton. I'd say every team up to 10th are technically still in it, even though Crystal Palace is 7 points ahead.
So okay, every team up to 10th is still in it. 10th is Crystal Palace on 22 points. Arsenal have 22 points. Are you saying Arsenal are in a relegation battle?
There's a reason why I said 10th Liam and not 9th.
Arsenal to be relegated, confirmed.
Maybe that's a little harsh on Crystal Palace and
And just
Newcastle. But
extremely quickly to take a look at the Monday fixture, it is Crystal Palace hosting Brighton. I'm not going to say much about that one. That's just a solid mid-table battle.
or is it a? It's a 6-pointer for sure.
Lewis Dunk
Yeah.
with a hat trick.
There it is. There's
Anyways,
the call.
Are we
from
done
Wes.
with the Premier League?
Yes, we are. We're going to go over.
Wait, I think we forgot to cover a comment that was also
What comment do you forget to cover?
Mr. Kelly Lindsay has commented, I think United should sign maybe Haaland, but 100% Ziyech instead of shitty Lingard. That'd be an interesting signing.
I mean, we talked about Ziyech last week about how he loses possession 40 times in the game.
But I don't know. I mean, interesting signing. I mean, I wouldn't mind it off the bench. Exciting, quick attacker, but a bit inconsistent. But good shout.
Potential, you never know.
So yeah, comment whatever you guys think about anything we talked
Yeah,
about.
we'll try to shout it out.
Let's go.
Well, don't promise anything, Was.
Let's
Well,
go to the
we try our
Bundesliga.
best. Dun, 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 dun.
Wow. Let's start with the big boys. Bayern Munich. 6-1 victory over Werder Bremen.
Yeah, it was.
It was what it was.
It was probably Coutinho's best game of his life.
Yeah, I mean, Coutinho gets
One
a hat
of
trick.
his best games
Lewandowski
in a long
scores
time, yeah.
2, and was it Muller? The other one?
Yeah,
Muller.
but yeah, Coutinho 3 goals, 2 assists.
That's not bad.
That's more than not bad.
Sarpreet Singh played, Lucas.
I don't care about Sarpreet Singh.
Telling
right
you. He's the man.
Anyways,
But yeah, 6-1 against Werder Bremen. Not much to be said there. I mean,
Yeah, well, there is because they were
Is
down
there?
1-0.
okay. They were down 1-0.
and they came back and they
For-
just
I mean, for a
smashed
little
Werder.
bit.
I'd say that the 45th minute goal for Philippe Coutinho, the 49th minute technically, but like 45th minute plus 4 minutes.
Yes, we understand where you're going with. Yes.
Yes, that goal, like literally, it was 3 minutes of added time, and they let it go to the 4th minute. And I don't know, I guess I wasn't paying attention during this part of the match, but maybe there's something that went on where they needed to go past 3 minutes, but they scored past it, and they kind of, when you concede that close to halftime and
Yeah,
you go
it
down,
kills. Werder Bremen have a guy named Christian Gross. Any relation to Pascal Gross?
I don't know.
Potential. I don't know.
I don't follow the family ties of the girls.
I that's fair enough, but I just wanted to ask if anyone
But,
knew. Lucas knows these things for some reason.
Milot Rashica scores for Werner. Very promising talent from Kosovo.
Yeah, he's very good.
Someone we should look out for, especially come the Euros.
Yeah.
Well, if they make qualify.
At this rate, I feel like they could.
Oh, it's gonna be tough.
I hope they make it.
The other big boys.
Well, we gotta talk about Philippe Coutinho.
What about Philippe Coutinho?
Well, he had a marvelous hat trick. What are you on about?
Did you see the cherry on the top of
Are
the
we
cake?
saying that Coutinho's surprisingly a good player?
Well, we've seen sparks of him this season, but not consistently. But this was probably his best performance, maybe since his Liverpool days.
I mean, Coutinho's play style did not work at all at Barcelona. We saw that, nor did he get along with Barcelona for a majority of his time there. So it's good to see him playing back
Now
at
that's
his best.
a player who's having a party right now.
Coutinho?
Yep. Hat trick? Not bad.
2 assists.
Lewandowski's having a party.
Oh, he's always having. Well, yeah, usually.
Yeah, 2 goals, not bad. Yeah, and also the weekly shout out to Alphonso Davies started again
At this
It's
point,
great to see him starting. You know, I think
and play well.
when he went to Bayern, all of us said, "Oh, he's going to get put out on loan. He's going to be in the under 23 squad." Well, the man's played Champions League, Bundesliga. He's played a lot of games this season, and he's done well
I think he's been maybe one of the more
at a position
underrated talents in Europe so far.
at a position that he's not necessarily
Yeah.
accustomed to. You know, we all saw him as an attacking left winger.
I think for Canada, that's where he has to play. But,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
It's a different situation.
but
Shit.
yeah, for Bayern Munich, he's been doing a great job. I don't know how well you can determine this, but who scored? They had their Champions League 11 of the group stages, and Alphonso Davies was on there. So
fair
I
enough.
think Alphonso Davies is being slept on by a lot of people, so
well, because he's just starting to come out of nowhere now.
creating his name, it's beautiful.
But-
And Bayern Munich have him. That's insane.
Oh
Yeah,
it's going to be easier for
great to
people to
see.
notice him because he's at Bayern.
Yeah, he finally gets his name kind of put on the global stage. In a
Well,
sense.
Canadian playing on European nights.
But
It doesn't happen very often.
That's
like
like
what-
the days of Owen Hargreaves.
But what happens when Lucas
Sorry.
Hernandez comes back? I don't know how long his injury is. I know Sula's is a long time.
Well, I mean, it's kind of the door is closed with Mr. Davies there.
Well, there's also David Alaba. What if Lucas Hernandez goes back, who can also play left back?
Well, if Davies is performing well right now, why would you fix something that's not broken?
that's fair enough, was.
There you go. I just scrolled Lucas.
You didn't school me. I was just asking
Shut
a
up.
question.
Shut up. Let me
Wonder-
feel good about myself.
Fabian, our favorite Bundesliga viewer,
Yes.
would you prefer Alphonso Davies or Lucas Hernandez at left back? Tell us.
Or David Alaba.
Or David
Yes,
Alaba.
give us your
give
thoughts.
us who you would say. I know you're probably.
Or if there's
watching.
any other Bayern fans or Bundesliga fans in
No, just
listening.
Yes.
Just Fabian.
But that wasn't the biggest news in the Bundesliga.
What's the big news?
Mönchengladbach lost.
Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Yep.
They are still second in the Bundesliga.
Yes,
But
and they
yes,
lost their lead to
2-1
Leipzig.
to Wolfsburg.
Oh,
It
fantastic.
was a late win as well.
Maximilian Arnold. What a
Good to
strike.
hear his name again. It's been a
Yes, it
while.
has been a while.
It was if this was in the Premier League, you would be going crazy over this goal.
I can say I enjoyed it.
It was like Di Canio.
The Canio, wow.
I enjoyed it.
All right, that's a
That
shout.
type of volley.
I said, "Good job, Mr. Arnold."
Hey Arnold.
Okay, relax. Just
This man's full of pop culture references. You love to see it.
yeah, we're from the 90s.
No, but it was a huge win for Wolfsburg. Huge drop of points for Borussia
Yeah,
Mönchengladbach.
Mönchengladbach. Terrible 4 days. They get eliminated from the Europa League
Yep.
because they somehow bottle it against Istanbul Başakşehir.
I was afraid of them. Ha! Not anymore.
And then they lose their lead in the Bundesliga. I was saying, I don't know if it was last podcast or a few ones ago, but I was talking about maybe in the second half of the season, will Gladbach trail off like they did in the previous season.
And
But
what did I say?
I don't know what you
I
said.
said 100% yes.
Oh.
Because I said Bayern Munich takes their spot.
Well, we're not talking about who gets that spot. We're talking about Borussia
No,
Mönchengladbach.
the way I saw
Mr.
it was
Obsessive over Bayern Munich.
He is, honestly.
they're just the best team in Germany. I hate to break it to you. They
But-
just
All
are.
right. No, they're not.
Well, let's not be
They just
prisoner.
scored 6 goals.
Yes, but Leipzig's in first. So technically, if you're in first, you're the best.
He's right.
Yes.
I say after the first day of a season, whoever's in first, best team in the league.
At that time, they are.
Piss off.
In hindsight, yes.
Let's go talk about
Uh,
RB Leipzig.
I'm just
then.
saying, let's not be prisoner moment. Maybe Gladbach can bring it back. We'll see next week.
I don't know. I think honestly, if I'm thinking of it, I think Leipzig's gonna win the league.
You do?
I just feel like they're gonna win the league.
Oh,
The
there's.
way-
I have something to say about stats with Leipzig.
Okay.
Mr. Old Man Liam doesn't
I'm
like
listening. I'm
stats.
listening. Hit me
So,
with this.
have you heard of expected goals?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what that is, Waz?
Sure.
Okay, for the viewers, apparently it's where. Okay, I don't know how to
No,
explain.
it's like the chances that are created. What percentage of them are expected to be goals in this? Is it that
I think that's a basic
rounded
way.
about
I think there's more
Anyway,
depth to it, but
continue.
yes, sorry for messing that up. But Leipzig, they've been consistently throughout many of their matches this season underperforming on their expected goals. They're expected to score more goals than they actually have been,
Okay.
and they've already been winning a lot of matches by a lot of goals.
Yeah, they do score a lot of goals. They are a very offensive team. I mean, Leipzig are a very good team. I agree. Yes, they will be the biggest title challengers to Bayern Munich this season.
Really?
I think so.
Yep.
I think Mönchengladbach will slip. I don't think they can continue this.
Yeah, I
form.
think Leipzig are gonna go the distance with Bayern Munich.
If they get Haaland, maybe more goals.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I think a player that people are really sleeping on is Sabitzer.
Yeah,
He's been a key midfielder for them. A lot of people are not paying
I
attention.
mean, Timo Werner's had a fantastic
Yeah,
season.
and he's been the star player.
16
but
goals
I-
in 15 games.
Sabitzer has been
we
playing
rave
really well.
about Lewandowski and Vardy and stuff, but Timo Werner's been brilliant.
The Nagelsmann effect.
You know what's funny? Somebody was actually thinking, is Jamie Vardy the best striker in Europe? And they're like, Bayern Munich are like, who?
Jamie Vardy's had a very good year.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, he's not better than Robert.
You can't overlook what he's done.
Nice to see Patrick Schick scoring. He's had
Yeah.
a rough few years.
I mean, goals by Patrick Schick, Timo Werner, and Nordi Mukiele. Oh my god, I struggled so bad there. Mukiele.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very good right back. I thoroughly enjoy him.
I didn't get to watch this match. I just saw the highlights, so that's all my opinions about it.
Fair enough.
I saw the Bayern match, and I also saw Borussia Dortmund getting a victory as well.
4-0.
Yes, it was a very good performance
So
from them.
what's the table looking like right now?
Well, let's talk about Dortmund here quickly.
Yes,
Borussia.
Dortmund smashed Dusseldorf.
Nope.
Mainz.
Mainz.
4-0.
I mean, to be fair, the goalkeeper could have done better on the second and third goal.
Goals by Royce Sancho, Thorgan Hazard, and Nico Schultz.
But the three in the back experiment continuing
It
to work for
does.
Dortmund.
It's not the worst.
Yeah, Kimi right man.
Akanji, Hummels, and
wing-back.
Zagadou.
Well,
Technically, sorry. But Zagadou, he had, you were talking about your love for Zagadou this midweek.
I
But
don't mind him, yeah.
yeah, off the corner that Mainz had, he just had a counterattack, just dribbled the ball up the entire field, passes it to Jadon Sancho, who scores. Just like, you love to see center back just make a big run like that.
It's, and Dortmund do have a good side, a good squad. They are up to third now.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, can they challenge for the title this season?
Well, if we look at Jadon Sancho specifically, 8 goals, 8 assists in 13 matches at 19.
that's pretty wild.
He's having a good year.
Maybe he is the best teenager in Europe right now. Yeah, maybe I am wrong. Probably am very wrong.
Like, I mean, Mbappe, could this be like Mbappe levels good?
Yeah,
Maybe even better?
I think a lot of people just think
I mean,
Mbappe.
Mbappe had a World Cup at his age.
That's
No, I'm
true.
talking about league campaigns.
Yeah.
I mean, Mbappe,
James-
And to be fair, the Bundesliga is a bit of a stronger league than Liga, and once
100%.
I know Mbappe did it in the Champions League as well, but I know that's yet to be seen from Jadon Sancho. But this is incredible for a kid like this.
Yeah, it is.
Like, 8 goals, 8 assists. Like, he could potentially have 15 in both categories by the end of the year, which is unheard of for a guy this age.
Yeah.
I don't think even Messi or Ronaldo did that at that age.
No, not really. No,
I'm not saying this guy's going to be better than them.
No, but statistically, these guys are doing pretty well for a very young age.
Fourth spot in Bundesliga does go to Schalke. They got a 1-0 victory over Eintracht Frankfurt. Not a hell of a lot to talk about in this game, but it does mean that Bayern Munich are still not in top four.
There is something to talk about. Did you see the red
I
card?
heard about the
incident?
red card. It was like a ninja kick, apparently.
I did not
From
see
what I've
or
heard.
hear.
Yeah,
anything.
Nubel.
Apparently, Fabian was telling me it was the worst foul he's seen since the 2006 World Cup.
Which incident is he talking about?
Zidane's
Zidane.
headbutt. So
Yeah,
Fair enough.
pretty much.
I'm gonna go home and search that. I gotta be honest.
it's
Yeah, Nubel just runs out and just the Bundesliga kick, pretty much the logo.
Yeah, no, but that was Thomas Muller. He actually did
Yeah.
the exact logo.
Yeah. So
Another big result though in the Bundesliga. Cologne, 2-0 victory
Yeah,
over Bayer
that was-
Leverkusen.
oh wow.
That's huge.
I was gonna record this match, forgot to, and now I won't be able to watch it. Leon Bailey with a red card.
Yes.
A little soft, but whatever.
There was a red card to Alexander Dragovic and Leon Bailey.
Yeah, both of them got the red card.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
You love a good red
You
card.
would have loved this match.
Yeah,
once.
it's like this is exciting. This is the fight we won in football.
And then Augsburg get a big 4-2 victory over Hoffenheim.
Well, which one? Augsburg. That's an
Augsburg,
upset.
It
Honestly.
is an upset. I mean, you don't ever want to concede 4 goals when you're at home.
I mean, it made me regret not watching this match. 4-2. That sounds amazing.
Scenes in Hoffenheim. Anything else you want to talk about Bundesliga?
Just looking at the table, 2 match days left for this first half of the season. It's still fairly tight. Bayern still 6 points off, and still a lot of challengers ahead of them.
Yeah.
Still a lot of challengers close behind as well.
Yep.
Overall, I think Dortmund play Leipzig next week. Am I right?
That'll be a good game.
Yeah, they do. Oh,
That'd be a good game.
this Tuesday actually.
Good game.
So maybe there will be something to talk about on Wednesday.
Yes, we might have a Wednesday special episode. We'll see what happens.
Which might be uploaded Thursday or Wednesday night.
Spain or Italy?
We have to go to Spain.
We
Yeah,
can go to
Spain's
Spain.
been a little bit dramatic.
Basically, the big boys didn't do
always
great.
dramatic.
Yeah.
Barcelona.
Still.
Barcelona get a 2-2 draw at Real
Now,
Sociedad.
from what I've heard, don't look at the headline as a screaming result that Barcelona was bad. I heard Barcelona did play pretty well in this match. It's just, Sociedad was able to put 2 past, yes.
Yeah, I like many matches I recorded but haven't watched it yet.
It's one of those things where people look at the headline or the score and like, oh, Barcelona played so bad. No, they played pretty well. It's just
Sociedad have been okay this season.
Sociedad was a good challenge for
they
Barca.
were doing very well at the beginning of the year. They're in sixth now. They had a
They're
good
in sixth now.
They're
I
sixth
thought
now.
they were higher than that.
They had a good start to the year though.
Yeah, I think they've been playing pretty well throughout this season.
And,
Some ups and downs, but
I think a plus side to look at this is Messi wasn't on the score sheet.
I mean that's
And
good.
a man that we've slated a lot is now on it. Griezmann scored. He started to perform
Antoine.
pretty much. He's doing better for Barcelona.
He's getting more used to the Barcelona play style.
Suarez, however you pronounce his name, I don't know. I'm not Spanish. Good goal.
He's Uruguayan.
Whatever, man. Okay, I'm uncultured. I get it. Whatever. There you go.
Do you want to talk about Real Madrid now?
Oh no, we barely talked about Barcelona, Liam.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, Lucas, you go. Speak.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about this game?
There's a few things I want to
I
say.
just don't want to be 3-hour podcasts.
Liam, you're not the one editing it. It's like, yeah, it's not like Waz said. It was like, don't look at the headline, look at how the team played. But
But you have to look at the points.
Yeah,
This is big.
technically it's a missed
It's a
opportunity.
huge opportunity.
You're also in a winning position, and if you stayed in that winning position, you would have been first place by yourself,
Yeah.
like we'll mention later. But obviously, there's been many times in the past where Barcelona go to the Anoeta Stadium, which is Real Sociedad's ground, and they don't get the result. There's been several times this happened in the past 5 years, I believe.
Who scored for Sociedad?
Or Oyarzabal and Alexander Isaac. You remember him?
I do remember him.
Yeah, former Dortmund player.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting, especially with El Clasico coming up.
El Clasico is coming up December...
It's this Wednesday,
This Wednesday, December, wherever that
18th,
date
I
is.
think.
That is going to be huge because, like I said, Real Madrid get a 1-1 draw with Valencia.
Jeez.
A late goal by Karim Benzema in the 95th minute rescues it for them.
Thibaut Courtois nearly scored.
He did, but it means that La Liga is tied on top, 35 points apiece.
Yeah,
El Clasico's huge.
This sounds like one of the biggest El Clasicos in a couple of years. I don't remember that's like being so tight on the table like this.
Watch it be 0-0.
No, I think it's gonna be a bloodbath.
the recent Clasicos have been pretty good, to be honest.
I'm excited for this.
Watch me 0-0.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch Real Madrid versus Valencia, so I don't know if they were unlucky or if they could have done better. So apologies for that. But yeah, we might be watching this match.
Yeah, we have a bit of an idea for Wednesday. Like I said, we're going to upload... But we're going to film a actual podcast similar to this style. But we're also going to try to do a live reaction viewing of El Clasico. We're going to try and watch it, give our thoughts about it, talk about it during the game. So let us know how you think about that idea. We might be streaming live on Instagram and TikTok, that kind of thing. So
Yeah, YouTube might be a little hard.
yeah.
But
So if you are not followed or subscribed on those platforms, make sure you are so you can watch us. You can see that happen.
But we might record and post the reactions to it afterwards.
Yeah, 100%. So make sure you are subscribed on all social media platforms. But to continue with La Liga, Atletico Madrid,
Yeah.
they scored a couple goals.
Yeah, they played. I think they played Bayern in recent weeks against.
They played Osasuna.
Yeah, but they still create a lot of chances. João Felix is starting to get better and better, and you're seeing some incredible things from him. Some great dribbling.
He is a good player. They overspent for him potentially, but he's a good player.
Nearly scored an incredible keeper, but the Osasuna keeper made a great save. That keeper was just making so many saves throughout the match. Several chances for Atletico Madrid to really take the lead. It really does show that they're not that clinical in front of goal, but Morata does score.
Morata's actually had an okay season this year. You gotta give him credit where credit's due. The man has 6 goals this season. It's not the worst.
It could be better.
100%.
But obviously guys like Thomas, fantastic player, man. Like Manchester City bought Rodri off them, and people thought, how are they gonna really adjust?
Yeah.
Diego Simeone's done a great job transitioning this team. They may have not been
always
getting the
has,
results recently, but they've been definitely changed their style a little bit and have started to become more of a team that creates more chances while still being solid in the back.
If you look at the La Liga table, though, it is not Atletico Madrid in third. It is Sevilla. Sevilla, they do get they actually don't get. They lose 2-1 against Villarreal. Very poor performance from them.
Well, did you watch the match?
No.
So then you can't really say that.
They lost 2-1 at home.
No, that on paper is a bad result, but sometimes it's a smash and grab. But I didn't watch the match either.
They had 72% possession.
Mm-hmm.
They had 24 shots. They were bad.
I mean, you can't really say that.
I'm just saying that.
You can say they had a disappointing result, and that is a fact.
They had a disappointing result, and that is a fact. Getafe, they are fourth. Getafe got a 2-0 victory over Real Valladolid, 90th minute's favorite team.
Oh, yeah. We watched them play in the summer.
Yes. I'm not going to talk much about that because none of us watch. I'm not going to talk about these games that none of us watch, Lucas. We're supposed to give our insight.
You're the one bringing it up.
I'm just going down the table really quick. But you want to move on?
Clueless. Yes. Italy. What happened?
Italy.
Did,
what happened was
it looks like a bunch of draws happened in Italy.
it's
Fiorentina drew Inter Milan 1-1.
Yeah.
No surprise. Milan.
That's
drew.
a big.
Yeah,
That's a
that
big
is a big
surprise.
surprise.
Fiorentina are crap.
I'm not surprised. It's Serie A. It sounds like an average weekend.
Shocking results, yes.
You don't see this in the Premier League.
Well, you sometimes do.
I said sometimes.
Fiorentina are
Anyways.
13th. Crap.
Yeah, they've been considering sacking their manager recently.
Are we surprised with how Inter's doing this now?
Uh,
Once they get a nice cushion in the top, they start slipping.
I mean, to be fair to them, that goal was kind of wild that Fiorentina scored.
Credit to them.
I mean, like, it was shot at an
I'm
8.
just going to say I called it.
Liam, they're still first place.
I think Liam is calling something right now. You should pay attention to him.
You never pay attention to him.
Inter could honestly just right now slip and Juventus can take it. Oh, sorry. You had it. You lost it.
That's what he's been saying for years about Juventus.
He's honestly got a point.
Am I wrong, Lucas?
This is what happens when he's got Italian blood in him.
And yet he hates the league.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
It's not a good league.
Not-
It is a good
Not only
league.
is it not the most exciting, it's also a very racist league too. So
The exciting stuff is not a fair argument, in my opinion, unless if you watch consistent Serie A matches, not just your average one.
I don't find Serie A
I'm
that
sorry.
exciting.
I was watching the
don't.
Napoli match for a little bit. I got bored in like 5
Yes.
minutes.
Yes.
It was not exciting.
Yes.
I found more excitement in the Sheffield game.
Yes, 100%. I've been saying this for years. A mid-table Premier League battle is better than a Juve Inter game. 100%.
Because top matches a lot of the time are more tactical battles. Of course, there's been many occasions in the Premier League where top
Did
matches
you
have
watch
been.
Liverpool, Manchester City?
Yes.
That was
If you
fun.
enjoy tactics, then you will very much enjoy Serie A.
Have you
Boring
seen
defending.
Manchester United versus Liverpool several times this past decade?
Yes, some of them very
The
exciting.
stadiums are half empty. Serie A, half the stadiums are empty.
I'm talking about what's happening on the
It
field.
all
Yes.
adds it up
Yes.
to the
And I'm
equation.
being honest, United versus Liverpool has been quite exciting over
Let's
the
get
years.
back
There's
on
been so
track.
many nil-nils.
Let's get back on
And
track.
there's been a couple bicycle kicks.
There was. Let's get back on track.
Couple
Inter
red
do
cards.
draw 1-1. The goal was scored by not who you think it was. It was Valero.
Yeah, Inter did score to make it
Valero.
2-0.
Yeah, Martinez did score, but it was disallowed by
Not for
VAR.
Yeah,
And
Lukaku was
then,
slightly
yes,
offside.
They probably still have PTSD from the Champions League.
Vlahovic, he scores the 92nd minute to get the point
Yeah.
for Fiorentina.
It's frustrating.
Juventus,
I'm
they
not
do
Serie
win
A with you guys.
3-1 over Udinese. The big man, Cristiano, gets 2. You'll have to see it. What's happening?
Napoli lost 2 at the Parma.
You're trying to watch this match.
Yeah, it was
They're crap.
Oh,
You scored the winner? Gervinho.
oh, he's back at it.
This tells me how bad Serie A is.
Well, man,
Gervinho can still be fun.
yeah, but
Oh,
Arkadyusz Milik scored for that's good. At least the Poles are doing something
Just
for them.
happy Polish people score.
It's good.
Well, you should love Serie A. There's so many Polish players.
Yeah,
in
and they
the
should
league.
all go to the Premier League. Am I wrong?
Yes.
Why?
Because not every player is going to go to the Premier
You see
League.
who else lost? Atalanta lost.
I'm
2-1
I
to
feel
Bologna.
so guilty making fun of this league because it's not shit, but it's just not fun at times.
AC Milan, they drew
Because you're watching the
0-0.
wrong matches.
Maybe I am.
Maybe you should watch Cagliari versus Lazio tomorrow. I bet that will be a
You
good
should
match.
watch Hellas Verona versus Torino.
I,
3-3.
I bet that would be a very exciting match, but you also have Brighton playing tomorrow. It's also very exciting.
It's fourth. Cagliari's doing pretty good.
I would watch Brighton over that any day.
To be fair, Lazio was in third.
I watch Lazio. They're not great.
Because they probably don't play their best against Celtic.
But to be fair, Verona Torino seems like a very exciting. And
Because
3-3.
they did not make it out of the Europa League group.
Yeah, because
Match of the season. Verona Torino 3-3.
Yes.
But anyways, yeah, Juventus beat Udinese 3-1.
Yes. Cristiano Ronaldo with a brace.
No, he's scoring again.
Yes.
It feels like it's been ages.
Yes,
I
like
think
Lucas
he
said,
scored 4 in a row.
Inter is still on top.
Is Quagliaria going to score more than him this season again?
Who?
Quagliaria? Whatever his name?
I have a hard time saying
Quagmire.
his name.
We have fallen off the wagon.
This is what happens when you go to Italy, man.
I'm sorry. I have to talk about it
You
because
get
you guys
lost in
tell
the
me
water.
to.
Like,
I would
whatever.
skip it, but I was told to talk about it. I try to say Juventus are second. They're still behind on goal differential on Inter.
Wow.
But, this is a sign of things to come for
Sassuolo
Inter.
Milan ended 0-0.
Because Inter hosts Genoa next week.
Well, shots for a nil.
That's
now.
not an easy game against Genoa. They've been okay.
Genoa.
Yeah.
They've sacked their map.
That's okay.
Genoa are 19th.
They've been okay this season, Lucas.
How's
They've
that
had some
okay?
okay results.
Excuse me?
They've had some okay results this season.
Against who?
I will find it because I remember talking about it weeks ago.
This man
Genoa are
is
19th.
Guess
I will find it.
what? Norwich City has also had some.
They drew Napoli.
So has a lot of teams this season.
It's Serie A.
Napoli's-
Everyone draws everyone.
Napoli's dropped 11
You
matches this
can
season.
make the same result for Norwich City, who've had
They
good
had a
results.
2-1
but
result
that-
against Juventus. Yes, they lost, but it's a good result for them. It's
Liam,
like Paderborn.
Thiago Motta's their manager.
Wasn't
That's fantastic.
Wasn't that guy a player like 2 years ago?
Yeah, he played for PSG.
What the hell happened to him?
He became a manager.
That fast?
Yes.
Okay.
He was he was like a PSG youth coach, and then now he.
Good luck to him. I don't care about Thiago Motta.
The best game next week is Atalanta hosting
sorry,
AC Milan.
I'm sorry.
That's the best game of next week.
I think.
I'm not wrong.
Life
Okay.
and times. with
Did you
Thiago
see
Motta.
Mbappe?
No,
What
I
did he
don't.
do? What did he do this time?
I'm
He
not
broke a
Ligue 1.
record.
What?
He is the youngest player in Ligue 1 to score 70 goals.
Well, is that surprising to you?
That's not. But he is 20 years
that's
old.
Pretty impressive.
And the man that he overtook was Bernard Lacombe. He was 22. This is stood since 1975.
That's a pretty big record.
Yeah,
man.
to be fair, but then
Don't
again, a
give
lot
me
of
shit. Don't shit talk me because I talk about Mbappe. The man's a bright spot in a
Nah.
terrible league.
well, if you saw last week, yeah, but I don't know. A lot of French players leave early because
It's France.
because France just doesn't have the money in their league compared to other leagues around the world, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, yeah. PSG, they went 4-0 over Saint Etienne. That's Ligue 1 done. There's not much else to talk about.
I mean, Lyon lost,
okay.
but
Against
yeah,
Rennes.
I don't really pay attention to Ligue 1 as much like last year.
I think that wraps it up, boys.
Oh,
This has been an exciting
Wait,
podcast.
Lucas has something else to talk about.
do you want to talk about this decade topic or leave it?
I say leave it.
Okay.
That'll be another episode.
But anyways, I'll be on look for tomorrow. Today, I guess, when you're gonna be listening, the Champions League draw is being.
Yeah, the Champions League draw is
yeah.
on Monday. We are filming this Sunday night. It will be out by Monday morning. But
Keep an eye
yeah,
out for that.
there'll be some. I'm sure there'll be a few tasty fixtures
Yeah,
coming up here.
I'm
There's
gonna
some big
bet money
teams.
right now. No, I'm actually not gonna bet money. It's not a good idea to bet money, right?
Unless if you're sponsored.
Yeah, it's true. Anyways, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich play each other.
Liverpool will have PSG.
We can't play PSG.
That you're not
No,
no, yes,
no,
you're both top of your
no.
group. Sorry.
Never mind.
Okay.
Anyways,
That
I
wraps
hope
it
you enjoyed this wild episode of the 90th minute.
It got a little.
It started okay, then it went like Gattuso. Sometimes good, sometimes shit.
You know, we try to be analytical, but more than anything, we're entertainment.
We're just giving our opinions, basically. We're fans of the game.
After Bundesliga, it goes downhill.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, for whatever reason, we have a passion for the Bundesliga, and
It's a good
then
league.
La Liga happens, and we're like, okay. Then Serie A happens, we're like, shit.
Yeah,
And
basically.
then Liga on, ding.
Yeah.
We'll try to do better next time.
If you are still watching or
Yes.
listening, we greatly appreciate it. Make sure you are subscribed. Like I said, hit that bell notification on YouTube. Hit like, comment down below, get involved in the conversation. If you're on Spotify or any of the other... What's your issue?
Just keep going.
Nothing.
What did I say?
Nothing.
What What did I say? What did I say?
What?
Why
Just keep going.
Why are you so triggered?
I don't know, man. I don't know what I said.
Liam, you gotta have focus on a podcast.
Yeah, man.
Okay. If
He
you are
doesn't have
on
much.
any of the Spotify or, what's it called? Streaming apps, sorry.
Podcast app.
Podcast apps, make sure you give us a follow and oh my god, you've put me so off here. Give us a follow and a rating. There we go. Hit us up on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn.
I should post on that more.
Yeah, you should. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching and listening. I'm Liam. That's Waz, Lucas. This has been yet another week in the beautiful game. See you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Thomas Muller was one that came on though for Kingsley Coman. He makes it 2-1 in the 45th minute right before halftime.
It was classic Thomas Muller. Basically, he's just rebounding a goal off the post.
Scramble in the box.
Perfect.
Muller's just there.
I mean, I think Thomas Muller is the king of positioning.
It's the Ramdeuter, space investigator.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly.
Space investigator.
That's different.